right, so ready to like step onto a construction site of the future.
Oh, yeah.
Our deep dive today takes us into a proposal that's basically trying to revolutionize how we predict when a project will be done.
You know what's exciting is,
Instead of like vague timelines,
yeah,
we get like these crystal clear, data-driven insights instead.
this isn't just like some futuristic daydream.
Right.
This proposal outlines a system that merges AR with,
Augmented reality?
yeah, augmented reality
Yeah.
with some powerful statistical modeling. And get this,
Okay.
it already has a working prototype.
So we're talking about a potential like Wright brothers
Yeah,
first flight moment for construction.
I like that.
And there's this really cool personal touch. The author, Omar Samaniego, he kind of weaves in his Peruvian heritage into this vision of like transforming the industry.
Yeah.
Or that like, come fly with me spirit.
Right.
That's where this is headed.
It's interesting how he connects the dots between his experience on massive projects and this jump forward in technology.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's introduce Omar a little bit.
Okay.
This proposal isn't from some tech hobbyist.
Right.
This is a seasoned pro with over 25 years in the field. He's an engineer, he holds a master's degree, he's a published author.
He's a certified project management professional, a risk management professional, and even a Lean Six Sigma black belt.
Yeah, so this guy clearly knows
This guy knows what he's talking about.
how to handle a complex project and spot potential problems before they even come up.
For sure.
And all that expertise leads right into his proposal, what he calls the fourth generation AR AI ML system.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, it's about using augmented reality AI and machine learning to analyze construction projects in real time.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture here.
Okay.
The vision is pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Picture this: a site manager walks through a project wearing an AR headset, and they can see the BIM model overlaid on the actual construction, getting like instant feedback on the status of every single element.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, so this is where Omar introduces two like game-changing concepts:
Okay.
BIM analytics and deep assessment.
I like it.
We're not just looking at a 3D model anymore. We're diving deep into the data to understand why delays happen
Yeah.
and predicting completion dates with crazy accuracy.
So he's addressing a huge problem in the industry.
Yeah.
Less than 25% of construction projects actually finish on time.
Wow.
It's a crazy stat.
Yeah.
Underscores the need for better tools to manage those timelines.
Absolutely. So how does this system actually work?
Okay.
It all starts with statistical modeling, right?
It does.
Yeah.
The proposal focuses on something called Markov chain analysis,
Oh, yeah.
which is a way of predicting future outcomes based on past data.
So kind of like looking at historical weather patterns
Yeah.
to forecast what tomorrow might bring.
Exactly. You're using what's happened before to understand what's likely to happen next.
So they're applying that same logic to construction,
Yes.
looking at how long it took to build certain elements in past projects
Right.
to predict how long they'll take in the future.
Exactly.
Got it.
And instead of just tracking overall progress like money spent or tasks checked off,
Mm-hmm.
this system zooms in on the completion status of each individual element.
Okay.
Is it not started, is work in progress, or is it truly complete?
Oh,
That's
it-
what Omar calls completion states.
Okay.
It's an important difference.
Completion states.
Yeah,
This is where that deep assessment comes in.
right.
Right. It's not just about checking a box. It's about understanding the real status of each piece of the project.
Yeah, a task can be marked in progress for weeks,
Right.
but that doesn't tell you when it will actually be done.
Right.
This system gives a much more realistic view of where the project really stands.
Okay, so they've got this statistical modeling and completion states kind of mapped out.
Yeah.
What's next?
What's really exciting is there's already a basic prototype
Wow.
for the first stages of development.
Go ahead.
Omar describes it as the primordial neuron of a BIM analytic brain.
I love that.
It's the small-scale system,
Yeah.
but it shows the core functionality.
Okay.
Syncing BIM models with a cloud database and using Markov chain analysis to generate those super accurate completion curves.
Wait, so there's already a prototype.
Yes.
So this isn't just some far-off futuristic idea.
Nope.
They're actually building it right now.
Yes. It needs a little push to really take off,
Okay.
but it's definitely a sign of things to come.
Wow.
Omar outlines 3 main areas for development.
Okay.
First, there's the statistical modeling and validation.
Got it.
Second, they need to make sure the BIM model talks to the cloud database and dashboard.
Okay, so what's the third area?
The third one,
This is where the augmented reality comes in.
you got it.
Right.
The third stage is all about connecting the BIM model to an AR environment. allowing users to interact with the data in like a completely immersive way.
So let's imagine how this system would actually be used on a real construction site.
Okay.
Omar outlines a couple of use cases that paint a really vivid picture.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the first use case focuses on the power of deep assessment.
It does.
Okay.
Imagine you're Leah, a project manager working on a skyscraper project in the UAE.
Okay.
You're relying on those traditional progress reports.
Uh-huh.
Everything seems to be going fine,
Yeah.
but something just doesn't feel quite right.
Okay. And that's where the deep assessment software comes in.
Right.
Okay.
Leah decides to take a deeper look.
Yeah.
And she discovers that a lot of elements are actually behind schedule,
Huh.
even though the reports are like, everything's fine.
Right. So it's like those reports are only telling part of the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where the real value of the software shines through.
Okay.
It allows Leah to see beyond those surface level reports
Uh-huh.
and understand the real status of each element.
She discovers that while some progress has been made,
Yeah.
many elements are stuck in that dreaded work-in-progress state.
Okay.
And that's information she just wouldn't have gotten from traditional methods.
So it's not just about highlighting what's behind schedule.
Right.
It's about understanding why it's behind schedule.
Exactly.
Got it.
The software helps Leah pinpoint bottlenecks, understand constraints,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
even predict how long it will take to complete those lagging elements.
So it's like having this powerful diagnostic tool that helps her see the project with X-ray vision.
I like it.
Yeah, and this allows Leah to be proactive. She
Ah.
can address those potential delays before they snowball into big problems,
Yeah,
potentially saving time, money, and a lot of headaches down the road.
exactly.
It's about moving from like a reactive approach
Yeah.
to a proactive, data-driven approach.
Right.
And that's what this fourth generation AI/ML system is all about,
Yeah.
empowering project managers with the insights they need.
To make smarter decisions and keep projects running smoothly.
That's the goal.
All right, so that's use case A. Now let's shift gears and talk about use case B.
Okay.
This is the one where the AR headset takes center stage.
All right, this is where it gets really futuristic.
It does.
Yeah.
Imagine you're Megan, a site manager, overseeing a big mall construction project in Florida.
Okay.
And you're not just walking the site with a clipboard and a hard hat. You're wearing this incredible AR headset.
All right, I'm picturing it.
Yeah.
What's it like?
And this isn't your average VR gaming headset.
Right.
This is a sophisticated piece of technology that's connected to this massive database of BIM data
Wow.
and is powered by AI and machine learning.
Oh, wow. So this is really high tech.
Yeah. So
Okay.
as Megan walks through the project, the headset kind of comes to life.
Uh-huh.
It highlights elements that are behind schedule.
Okay.
It points out potential bottlenecks.
All right.
And it even suggests solutions based on what it's learned from tons of other projects around the world.
So it's like having a construction guru right there with you, guiding you every step of the way.
Exactly.
I love it.
And this use case really shows the power of merging AR with AI and machine learning.
Yeah.
It's not just about seeing the BIM model overlaid onto the real world.
Yeah.
It's about having that model analyze the project in real time and offering actionable insight.
Powerful stuff.
And it empowers site managers like Megan to make informed decisions, like right there on the spot.
Huh?
They can spot potential issues early on and take corrective action before those issues become big setbacks.
Right.
These two use cases really paint a vivid picture of what this fourth generation AR, AI ML system could do for the construction industry.
Yeah, they do.
And it's important to remember that these are just two examples.
Right.
The potential applications of this system are limitless.
Of course.
It could be used to manage any type of construction project, from homes to massive infrastructure.
Yeah, the possibilities are really exciting.
Yeah. So what are like the larger implications for the industry? Could this system really change the way we think about and manage these projects?
It certainly has the potential.
Yeah.
If it was widely adopted, this technology could lead to a huge increase in project efficiency, a reduction in delays and cost overruns,
Yeah.
and just a more data-driven approach to decision-making.
And could also foster a more collaborative environment, right?
Totally.
With everyone having access to the same real-time data,
Yeah,
teams could work together more effectively
right.
to identify and address potential problems before they get out of control.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's about using technology to create a more sustainable and efficient construction industry.
Absolutely.
Omar's not just trying to make things faster, cheaper.
Right.
He's trying to improve the entire process from planning and design all the way to execution and completion.
Omar truly has a compelling vision for the future of construction. And his passion for this project, like, shines through every page of his proposal.
He does.
And his proposal goes beyond just like describing the technology. He lays out a path for making this vision a reality.
Right, and part of that path involves seeking out partnerships
Yeah.
with universities and companies to further develop and refine this fourth gen AR, AI, ML system.
So we'll delve into those potential partnerships and what they could mean for the future of construction after the break.
Sounds good.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of construction. Before the break, we were talking about Omar's prototype, that primordial neuron of a BIM analytic brain.
Right. And this prototype really brings those first two stages of development to life.
Hmm?
The statistical modeling and the seamless syncing of the BIM model with the cloud database. It's proof that this vision is more than just a concept on paper.
Exactly. It's the foundation upon which the rest of this revolutionary system can be built. And Omar delves into some pretty fascinating details about how this prototype actually works. He starts by explaining how a BIM model is adapted to use those completion states.
Okay, so instead of just looking at the BIM model as a static 3D image, he's breaking it down into individual elements, walls, beams, columns, you name it, and assigning each element a completion state. Not started, work in progress, or completed.
Precisely. And these completion states are the building blocks of his statistical modeling. He uses Markov chain analysis, which we talked about earlier, to predict how these states will change over time.
So it's like creating a personalized timeline for each element, predicting when it will move from not started to work in progress to completed, based on data from similar projects. It's like looking at the history of building 1,000 concrete columns to predict how long the next one will take.
Exactly. And the more data the system has, the more accurate its predictions will be. And that's what Omar means by BIM analytics. It's not just about visualizing a building anymore. It's about analyzing all the data embedded within the BIM model to gain those deep insights and ultimately make smarter decisions.
It's like having a superpower that lets you see into the future of the project. Only this superpower is based on hard data and powerful algorithms. So we've got our BIM model decked out with these completion states. How do we actually put that information to work?
That's where the cloud synchronization comes in. And Omar has developed 3 separate applications to handle this data flow. Think of it like a relay race. Each application has a specific role to play in getting the data where it needs to go.
Okay, so application number 1 sounds like the real workhorse. It takes the BIM model, creates those state sets, and then syncs it all up to a cloud database. It even generates a Google Sheet to track all the changes in completion states. That's impressive.
It is. It's doing a lot of the heavy lifting, making sure the data is constantly updated. Then application number 2 comes in and starts creating cumulative records of all those changes in the Google Sheet database. It's like the historian of the project, keeping track of every single milestone.
So application 1 is constantly pushing out the latest data, and application 2 is diligently documenting everything in a neat and organized way. Then we have application number 3, which is where the magic really happens.
Right. Application number 3 takes those predicted completion dates generated by the statistical model, those dates based on all that historical data, and sends them right back to the BIM model in real time.
So it's like a continuous loop. The BIM model sends its data to the cloud crunches the numbers and makes predictions, and then those predictions are sent right back to the BIM model where everyone can see them.
And that's why this prototype is so exciting. It's not just a static demonstration, it's a dynamic system that showcases the core elements of Omar's vision for the 4th generation AR AI ML system.
Speaking of which, Omar keeps mentioning the Wright brothers' first flight moment. What exactly does he mean by that?
He's talking about the moment when they can confidently prove that this entire system works, not just in theory, but in the real world. It's not about having a perfect market-ready product right out of the gate. It's about proving that this concept can truly take flight.
So it's like they built the first glider, demonstrating the basic principles of flight, and now they're ready to add the engine, the wings, and all the other bells and whistles that will turn it into a powerful airplane.
A perfect analogy. And to really bring this to life, Omar lays out 2 very compelling use cases in his proposal.
We touched on them earlier, but let's dive into the details. Use case A focuses on the power of deep assessment, right?
It does. Imagine you're Leah, a project manager working on a skyscraper project in the United Arab Emirates. You're relying on traditional progress reports, and everything seems to be moving along smoothly. But something doesn't feel quite right.
And that's where the deep assessment software comes in. Leah decides to take a deeper look, and she discovers that a lot of elements are actually behind schedule, even though the traditional reports paint a rosy picture. It's like those reports were only telling part of the story.
Exactly. And this is where the true value of this software shines through. It allows Leah to see beyond those surface level reports and understand the real status of each element. She discovers that while some progress has been made, many elements are stuck in that dreaded work in progress state. And that's information she simply wouldn't have gotten from traditional methods.
So it's not just about highlighting what's behind schedule, it's about understanding WHY, it's
Uh,
behind schedule.
Right. The software helps Leah pinpoint bottlenecks, understand constraints, and even predict how long it will take to complete those lagging elements. It's like having a powerful diagnostic tool that helps her see the project with X-ray vision.
And this allows Leah to be proactive. She can address those potential delays before they turn into major problems, potentially saving time, money, and a lot of headaches down the road. It's about moving from a reactive approach to a proactive, data-driven approach.
Precisely, and that's what this fourth generation AR AI/ML system is all about, empowering project managers with the insights they need to make smarter decisions and keep projects running smoothly.
Okay, so that's use case A. Now let's shift gears and talk about use case B, the one where the AR headset takes center stage.
This is where we really step into the future of construction. Imagine you're Megan, a site manager overseeing a large mall construction project in Florida. And you're not just walking the site with a clipboard and a hard hat, you're wearing this incredible AR headset.
And this isn't your average VR gaming headset. This is a sophisticated piece of technology that's connected to a massive database of BIM data and is powered by artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Exactly. So, as Megan walks through the project, the headset comes to life. It highlights elements that are behind schedule, it points out potential bottlenecks, and it even suggests solutions based on what it's learned from countless other projects around the world.
So it's like having a construction guru right there with you, guiding you every step of the way.
That's a great way to put it. And this use case really shows the power of merging augmented reality with AI and machine learning. It's not just about seeing the BIM model overlaid onto the real world, it's about having that model analyze the project in real time and offer actionable insights.
And it empowers site managers like Megan to make informed decisions on the fly. They can spot potential issues early on and take corrective action before those issues turn into major setbacks. These two use cases really paint a vivid picture of what this fourth-generation AR AIML system could do for the construction industry.
They do. And it's important to remember that these are just two examples. The potential applications of this system are limitless. It could be used to manage any type of construction project, from residential homes to massive infrastructure developments.
So, what are the larger implications for the industry? Could this system really revolutionize the way we think about and manage construction projects?
It certainly has the potential to do so. If widely adopted, this technology could lead to a significant increase in project efficiency, a reduction in delays and cost overruns, and a much more data-driven approach to decision-making.
And it could foster a more collaborative environment. With everyone having access to the same real-time data, teams could work together more effectively to identify and address potential problems before they escalate.
Absolutely. And ultimately, it's about using technology to create a more sustainable and efficient construction industry. Omar isn't just trying to make things faster or cheaper, he's trying to improve the entire process, from planning and design to execution and completion.
Wilmar truly has a compelling vision for the future of construction, and his passion for this project shines through every page of his proposal.
He does. And his proposal goes beyond just describing the technology. He lays out a path for making this vision a reality.
And part of that path involves seeking out partnerships with universities and companies to further develop and refine this fourth-generation AR, AI, ML system. We'll delve into those potential partnerships and what they could mean for the future of construction when we return.
In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been exploring Omar Samanego's groundbreaking proposal for revolutionizing construction with his fourth-generation AR, AI, ML system.
We've seen how this system could change everything.
Yeah.
From how project managers assess progress to how site managers navigate a job site.
And as we head into the final stretch of this deep dive, we're going to look at how Omar plans to take this system from a promising prototype to a widespread industry game changer.
Yeah.
He's not just a tech visionary, he's a strategist.
Right.
And he's identified some key partnerships that could really make this vision take flight.
He's looking to collaborate with universities, known for their cutting-edge research,
Yeah.
and companies known for their innovation in construction.
It's like he's assembling this dream team of experts
Yeah.
to help him bring this fourth generation AR, AI, ML system to the world.
I like it.
It's about finding the right people,
Yeah.
people who share Omar's vision and are excited to be a part of this journey.
Absolutely. And it gets even more interesting. So these aren't just cold calls.
No.
Omar's built relationships with key players in the industry,
Yeah.
people who understand the challenges of construction and are eager to explore new solutions.
Exactly. And it's one thing to have a great idea.
Right.
It's another thing to turn that idea into a successful product
Yeah.
that can be adopted by companies all over the world.
Absolutely. Omar's not just a visionary.
Right.
He's a pragmatist.
Yeah.
He's thinking about all the steps involved in bringing this fourth generation AI ML system to market. And that includes finding the right partners who can help him navigate the complexities of the construction industry.
As we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what stands out to you about Omar's proposal?
What's really remarkable is like the combination of ambition and feasibility.
Yeah.
He's not just sketching out some futuristic concept.
Right.
He's created a working prototype and identified a clear path for further development.
Yeah.
And he's actively seeking out the right partners to make it all happen.
And it all stems from his deep understanding of the industry's pain points.
Right.
He's not just trying to create a cool gadget. He's trying to solve real problems
Right.
that cost companies time and money.
Absolutely.
Imagine a future where construction projects consistently finish on time and on budget, with fewer delays and fewer surprises.
That's the future Omar's working towards.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think his personal journey,
Mm-hmm.
his roots in Peru,
Yeah.
and his invitation to come fly with him
Right.
adds a really inspiring layer to this whole story.
I agree.
He's inviting everyone to join him in this exciting endeavor,
Yeah.
to be a part of a movement that could transform the construction industry.
This deep dive has given us a glimpse into the future of construction,
It has.
a future where technology empowers us to build smarter, faster, and more sustainably.
Totally. What's your final takeaway for our listeners?
I'd encourage everyone to keep an eye on Omar Samaniego and his fourth generation AI ML system.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning of like a remarkable journey.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling we'll be hearing a lot more about BIM analytics and deep assessment in the years to come.
I think you're right.
So the next time you see a construction site, remember that the future of building is being shaped by innovators like Omar.
Yeah, good point.
And who knows, maybe one day soon, we'll all be walking through those projects, wearing AR headsets, watching those BIM models come to life before our very eyes.
That would be amazing.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was fun.
Until next time, keep exploring the world with a curious mind.
Pack up, let's fly away.